All right, we'd like to welcome everybody for joining this portion of the user group session. This is the up and coming hardware trends. So throughout this meeting, what you can expect, if you could please use the chat box to ask any questions that you have. We will be answering those questions where appropriate. And the session is also being recorded, and the recording will be made available shortly after the session. So as we go through this process, please feel free to ask your questions. And then towards the end of this session, we will give the opportunity to answer some of those questions. So a little bit of an introduction of ourselves. My name is Brady Dick. I'm the Vice President of Sales with TTA Hardware.
And I'm Taylor Lochte. I'm the Director of Client Solutions here.
And we'd like to take this opportunity to go over some of the upcoming hardware trends. And at this point, Alyssa, if we can go ahead and cue the video. All right, so welcome back. So what do we mean robots are taking over? Well, not quite, but exactly. Technology is ever evolving, and Jonas software fully embraces all of that new technology. So that's where we kind of come in. We are TTA Hardware, and what we are is a one-stop shop for your technology needs. We're committed to testing the equipment that we offer, and we ensure the latest products meet all of the requirements of Jonas software. So when it comes to choosing hardware, it comes down to many choices. There's driver installs, configuration methods, various connections to the PC that make it all pretty confusing. So that's where we come in. We're able to assist you with what exactly you need. And we've got quite a few trained staff here to assist with getting everything installed and running at your property. So our goal is to make hardware and supplies easy.
Absolutely. Now, to get into a little bit about us. So, for one, we're a single source. So, that means we can handle all your supply and hardware needs, which means we can provide the printer as well as the paper that goes in it. Number two, so that's our latest technology. We want all our Jonas customers to have all the greatest technology at their fingertips. Three, so testing. So, we ensure that all our hardware meets our rigorous standards and is 100% Jonas compatible. And four, probably the most important, is our quality service. We pride ourselves in quick and reliable service. We have a team of support staff ready to assist at a moment's notice.
So a little bit about our services. We've successfully offered the following value-added services for over 22 years. So hardware is our biggest service. We specialize in Jonas compatible equipment. We also do supplies. So basically any supply that's necessary for any of those devices, printer, label, paper, any of those type of supplies. We also have a card printing service. We can print staff, member cards, gift or cash cards. And that's another service that we could work with you to design specific cards based off of your needs. We also offer remote assistance. So any of the hardware that we offer, we can assist you with setting up that hardware and getting it configured and making sure that Jonas is fully compatible with those devices.
All right, and to start off, we're going to get into tablet mobility. So these options are both suitable for retail and food and beverage environments. Our first one you see there is our Microsoft Surface. So depending on where you want to use mobility, tablet options vary. So the Microsoft Surface is a lower cost, high performance unit that is suitable for most point of sale locations. The Surface is 4G compatible. It's great for working outdoors by a pool, outdoor patio, satellite bar. We can also provide the pros as well as the goes. Two, so that's our Touch Dynamic Quest. This is a smaller device, but comes in a couple of different options as far as docking and charging stations. Can have a built-in MSR scanner and is also available in 4G. This can also come with a lockable base. It has, as I mentioned, has several different stands available in 8 and 10 inch. This is really suitable for member decking. And our third option here, so that's our HP Engage Go. It is the Mac Daddy of all our point of sale. It's my favorite personally. It's very slick, combines power with seamless mobility. It has a magnetic locking mechanism to prevent theft. It has an optional pin you can plug in. It also can have a printer built into the base of it, into the stand. So it's a true, can double as an all-in-one and a mobile device. And it can be built into the point of sale area itself. So it can be extremely slick and seamless. All right. For some mobility considerations, so everything we sell is commercial and not consumer. So all our products are built for day-to-day operations, not really built for you to go on and play Angry Birds. Orders can be sent directly to the kitchen or bar from the mobile devices. Next, we have, they can be Wi-Fi or 4G capable. Next, we have our 8, 10, and 12 different size screens. So they're used for many different locations. Next, our outdoor viewability. So this comes into consideration when you're dealing with stuff like high sun and dirt and sand. Next, battery life. So can it be hot swapped? So the hot swap essentially means, for those of you who don't know, the battery can be removed and a new battery can be put in without messing up, and you can resume your current point of sale transaction. Next is our ease to carry around. So that's our hand and shoulder strap. So if you need one of those, or how often it's going to be in its blocking base or not. All right, mounting options. As I mentioned, the lockable base. Are you going to be looking for something that's completely mobile, or can double as an all-in-one? And finally, will this device be used for credit cards, or just things like members and gift cards, or are you just going to go manual type in? And to round out our mobility, so we included the hip printer in this presentation. So the hip printer attaches directly to your belt or pocket. It also comes with an optional shoulder strap. It's very convenient. It makes printing directly to the member quick and easy. And it's, again, ideal for outside satellite bar or beverage cart. And this can be connected via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth directly to the device.
All right, so up next is our all-in-one options. So getting into an all-in-one, what exactly is an all-in-one? Well, an all-in-one is a unit that can combine most of your touchscreen components, your payment devices, a barcode scanner, and possibly a built-in printer. So the benefit of these all-in-one devices is basically their compact design. It also eliminates a lot of the cables that come out of having to plug in a PC and a touchscreen monitor. So we've got a couple different options here, various different screen sizes. So you can see we've got a 15.6 inch screen size all the way up to a 23.8 inch screen size. So different screen sizes for different locations or different departments, basically different needs in those different areas. So some considerations when using an all-in-one. They come with the ability to add on optional peripherals, so payment devices, barcode scanners, or possibly building in a printer. So the benefit here is if you have a satellite area or an area that you don't commonly have a point of sale stationed, you could actually get a device that can be easily picked up, plugged in, and is ready to ring up transactions. So these devices offer space management. So your available size or available space will dictate your size. So you can actually build these into cabinetry or smaller spaces just because it is a more compact design. We also offer VESA mount options. So you could hang a monitor on a wall and you could basically put a point of sale anywhere. So a lot of places have been putting a point of sale inside a kitchen, but to save space, putting it on the wall so it takes up less area. And then we offer cable management, so we're able to easily plug in any additional peripherals or any other items that may be necessary for the point of sale operation. It can conveniently plug into the unit. So what we're going to do is take a look at the compact design here. And you can see on the back of this unit on the bottom, it's got all of our plugs conveniently located. So we can easily plug in the power, any additional USB peripherals, Ethernet, so you can get onto the network, and possibly a secondary monitor if that's needed. So getting into the Engage One Pro, you can see the different screen sizes. So 15.6, a 19.5, and a 23.8. These units are very versatile and able to go into any location that is needed. So if you have any questions, what we can do is work with you to determine which unit would be best fit for your various departments.
All right, on to Jonas Kiosk. So this is an exciting new feature that Jonas has come out with recently, and we're now implementing. So what you're going to see here is our grab and go option or an honor bar that can also be used for quick service. So into that first picture, we see here we see a member grabbing a Pepsi from the kiosk grab and go area. At this point, we see the member touching the screen, ready to start the transaction. Then you can see the member signing in and scanning in with his phone directly into the kiosk. And on this screen, you can see that the member can read the barcode directly from the device that they just read their phone on. And the next picture shows that they can, if something doesn't have a barcode, that they can pick it from the menu. So this is fully customizable, and we would work with you to develop this. And then finally, using the Pay Now button, the member can close out their transaction, print a receipt, and with the optional built-in receipt printer. This can also be sent to the kitchen once the Pay Now button is pressed. For some Jonas kiosk considerations, some things we want to consider when looking into the kiosk. Where would you want this kiosk to be located? Kiosks have a unique ability to be located places where staff members wouldn't be located, as like a locker room or a halfway house or a pool. Next, we have scannable and selectable items. As you saw in the previous slide, members can select off the screen and scan the barcode on those items. These menus are fully customizable and can reflect all or some of your inventory items. The items sold on the kiosk are easily trackable through your Jonas system. Kiosks are also utilized in other ways, like utilizing the activity tracking module with Jonas for member sign-in. All right. And our countertop or floor stands. So our countertop is a solution for a compact kiosk for ideal situations where counter space is heavily available, like a bar or outdoor patio area. And the floor kiosk is a standalone kiosk best suitable for places with no counter space, like a busy halfway house or a fitness center. We also have COVID temperature screening. So this is our newest kiosk that can be equipped with a temperature screening capability. This is done by utilizing the 2D built-in temperature scanner. This unit does require a little more configuration outside of the Jonas system, but we can provide that information as well.
All right, so next up is the Jonas kitchen display system. So this is a pretty cool new integration using the Logic Controls kitchen display software. So to get into a little bit of the kitchen display, so what exactly is a kitchen display? Well, it's a display that can eliminate your kitchen printers. So one of the biggest things nowadays is going green and eliminating some of those extra print jobs, and especially the mechanical issues that go along with the printer. So as you can see on the screen here, we're going to send an order to the kitchen. An order would appear on the kitchen display screen. So orders are nicely organized. They come in the order in which they're sent. And you can also track timing, which we will get into shortly. But as you can see on the screen, I've got main items, primary items showing up in black. I've got my prep items showing up in red. So these are all modifications that you can actually make in the system. I could make the font bigger. I could make the font a different color. So there's a lot of customization that actually goes into building your kitchen display system. So just an example, some of the details that we get at the top, you can see some of that information, table number, area, all of that info shows. So here's some of the various views. So we can go with a standard column and row type view, as you see here. Or the other option is going with what's called a vertical view, where these tickets will grow and expand based off of the size and amount of tickets. And we always have a next page button. You can see on the bottom left-hand corner, there is a page up, page down, where we could jump to different screens if we had multiple tickets filling up multiple pages. So you're not going to lose tickets if you have too many tickets that actually fit on the screen. They're still there. You can just jump and maneuver around on the screen rather than having to place your physical tickets directly on the food rack. So here's a recent installation that we've done here, and you can see in this installation we have used what's called a shelf mount. So this area chose to go with a shelf mount. You can see the kitchen display with a bump bar attached. On this next screen, we have the same type of configuration on another shelf. So it easily attaches to your shelving and is able to replace the printers that go in those areas. This is another view here of those options. So we've got a couple different options as far as mounting goes. You've got a ceiling mount, a shelf mount, as you see in the picture here, or there's also the option to mount directly to a wall. So all of these options are things that we can discuss with you and come up with a perfect game plan for implementing kitchen display in your kitchen. And here's another photo of a ticket where you can see on the bottom where the ticket is expanded into two columns. So based off of the size of the ticket, you may run into tickets that grow and shrink based off of the size of the ticket. But these are all things we could work with you to customize and set up and configure to make it easy for your kitchen staff to read the ticket directly on the screen. So some considerations that go with this system. So the type of service and the environment. So this system is perfect for your quick service. It's also perfect for your fine dining. So we do have the ability to print in category or course order. We can reduce paper usage in the kitchen by utilizing one of these systems. The kitchen can print the food runner ticket. That's still an option. So once I'm complete with my order on the screen, I could bump it off of the screen, and then it could also print out that food runner ticket at that point. Or if you want Jonas to still continue to print to the kitchen, you could work with the kitchen display in certain areas and still utilize a printer in those other areas. So you can run this system in tandem with a printer if needed. So just a little bit about the screen. So what you see on the ticket that has appeared over here on the right, we've got a timer. So as soon as these items are sent to the kitchen, the timer begins. We're able to track that data. So if there's ever a discrepancy or we need to go back and take a look and see how long a ticket lasted on our kitchen display before it was removed, we could always go back and track that data. We also have some color options that go along with the timer. So in my system, I have every 5 minutes, I have it switching to a different color. So if it's been there for 5 minutes, it turns to a blue color. If it's been there for 10 minutes, it then switches to maybe a green or a different color. And then once I hit that 15-minute mark, I turn red, just letting the kitchen staff know that these items have been here for quite a long period of time, and maybe we need to focus a little bit more on that ticket to make sure it gets out next. We also have quite a few header details that go into these tickets. So as I discussed before, we have our area that it came from. We've got our ticket number so we can reference the actual ticket in Jonas. We've got the area, the user that sent it. So if we need to ask the service staff any questions, we can reference this information and quickly ask that person. You see I also have a footer down there at the bottom where I'm showing the member name. And there's various other options that we can place on this ticket as far as the header and footer goes. So grouping by category and courses, you can see on this transaction here, I have an entree group. You see the little arrow there, that means I'm on my grouper. I could move that arrow just by clicking on different areas of the screen if needed. But as I go through and I'm preparing these items, I could actually go in there and I could say I'm complete. The grouper plate is complete. I could actually bump that item off, which will create a little checkbox next to the grouper. And that's actually going to interface over to the expediter screen. So we have communication between the line and the expo. So what this means is when I bump that grouper off of the line side, the expediter is also going to see that checkbox, letting him know that that grouper has been prepared. So the communication between the back of the line and the expediter is happening in real time. We also get management and auditing capabilities. So we're able to go back and run a report and pull up this specific transaction and see how long it actually sat in the queue before it was closed out. We offer touchscreen and bump bar support. So if you want to place a monitor in your kitchen area, the bump bar gives you that rugged type of connection where you can beat it up and it's not really going to hurt it. Whereas the touchscreen's a little bit more delicate. So some properties tend to go just the bump bar and some places prefer to go with the touchscreen. So both options are available and we're happy to discuss those options with you. You can also use this in a bar area. So if you want to save that location from having that loud printer that oftentimes will be a little bit too loud for certain areas, you can put a screen there so all orders would appear directly on the screen. You can also use the KDS progress view in other locations. So what I'm going to do is show what that KDS progress view looks like on the next screen here. So you would have a staff view location. So maybe you have a monitor or a tablet sitting in a service station. You can see on the right-hand side of my screen here, I've sent a couple tickets. So the kitchen has received those orders. So we get an order received status. In the left-hand side, we've got an in preparation. So if my service staff or my kitchen staff goes in and they check off that we're preparing some of these items or they've been prepped, we then jump into an in preparation status. Now, once that order has been prepared and all of the items have been bumped off the ticket, at that point, if we bump it off of the expediter screen, we could possibly print that food runner copy of the ticket, but it then appears as an order ready. So that's letting the service staff know we're ready to go ahead and pick up that order. So that food runner ticket may be sitting back there on the tray, ready to go. Service staff pick up the tray and they're ready to present the order out to the members. So you can see the whole system communicates together. So behind the line with the expediter and with the service staff, giving them updates along the way. So if you don't want to use a kitchen display, we still offer the option of using your remote order printers. And these order printers are the tried and true, built to last, built for high impact, high heat environments. So the paper won't fade whenever you put it up onto the line. And these are also used for a remote order printer, and they can print out a carbon copy using the carbon copy type paper. So we offer various options as far as connectivity. You have USB, Ethernet, or also Wi-Fi connections. So USB for those areas that are still using impact type printers for their receipts. Ethernet, of course, for the kitchen. And then Wi-Fi, if you have one of those locations that you need to send orders but just don't have a network connection, then we offer the Wi-Fi connectability so that you're able to go in and place that printer where needed, send orders, And all it requires is a plug and a connection to your Wi-Fi network.
All right, so stepping out of the kitchen into the front end point of sale. So we'll get into some thermal printers. So as you can see here, we got a couple options for our thermal printers. We got our silver, gold, and platinum options. So thermal printers create a really high quality, more durable image that than impact printers can produce. So it's clear, long lasting, it's more resistant to oils, maybe a spilled drink here and there. And thermal printers are also a lot quieter, as you guys know. They don't squeal and ruin the entire atmosphere while they're going about it. So it's perfect for receipts and drink tickets. And of course, just like Impact, it can be used USB, Ethernet, or Wi-Fi. Alrighty, so some signature capture devices. Our two options here are the Topaz USB and the Topaz Bluetooth. So it captures a digital signature fast and easy. A lot of clubs these days are moving toward all paperless systems. So the signature is then stored on the Jonas system and is viewable online for the member statements. And if a reprint is needed, the digital signature on that ticket would be included in that printout. On the next slide, it does show, so that you can see here that the signature is printed clearly on the bottom, right above the member signature area.
All right, so now on to the Pro Shop. So if you need some fast, reliable, dependable printing in the most space-constrained areas, then you need the Jonas label printer. So this ultra compact fits anywhere type printer is designed for the smallest of workspaces. You can integrate this printer directly into Jonas and print a label extremely fast. The labels contain the SKU number, description, price, and a unique UPC barcode that will print directly on the label. And you can easily use a scanner to ring up that merchandise. So if you're thinking of using the Jonas kiosk, you can print labels using this device. It also works with inventory, so in the golf shop or the tennis shop, any area that you have inventory that you want to place a label onto, these work perfect for those type of instances. Each roll that comes with the label contains 2,100 labels. So you print out a label fast and easy, and we also offer the labels that go with these devices, so you don't have to search and find sizes and get all of that information. We've compiled a list of compatible devices with their labels, and we can easily assist you with rolling out these types of printers. Next up is our member gift card printers. So if you're looking to print member or gift cards, we've got a couple options as far as Zebra type label or card printers. So on the left-hand side, the ZC300, this is perfect for printing a single-sided type of card where you want to maybe print member cards, gift cards. You can use it for staff, employee cards. They could use it for clocking in and clocking out using the timekeeper module, or if you want to use it for manager overrides. So you could use staff cards printed directly. The other option is the ZXP7 series. That is a much larger printer, but the benefit here is it does a dual-sided print job. So as you send a card through, you can print the front, it'll flip it over automatically, and then print the back. So if you want to put any disclaimers on the back, such as maybe club information or how this card could be used if it's a gift card, you can go in and you can easily put in those details on the back side of the printer. We also, as you can see, offer Card Studio. That is a card printing software where really you could produce any type of card you can think of. So you can get into a minimal card that just has data, or you can have a card that prints a photorealistic picture directly on those cards. We've got some various connectivity options. So of course, USB and Ethernet is always an option. USB if you're printing off of one computer, or Ethernet if maybe the printer's in another location or in another room, or you have various people that need to print using that Ethernet type connectivity. You can put it onto your network and easily print cards from wherever you are. So just a couple of considerations that go along with the card printing. You would need a mag strip reader if you're trying to use gift or member cards. So that would be a consideration to think about. You would not be able to use an EMV type reader. It would need to be a mag strip reader that would connect directly to your computer. You can use this type of card for activity tracking. So if you have a fitness location, you want to use the Jonas activity tracking module, you can easily swipe a card in order to check in. You would need mag strip encoding. That would be something that would be included on most of the printers that we offer. But there are some printers out there that don't do mag strip encoding. Otherwise, you would be doing barcode printing. So if you're not using that little strip on the back of the card, you can do a barcode, but then you would need a scanner in order to scan in those type of transactions. Front and back printing, that's our dual side printing. So we offer the device that can print both, or if you want to go with the smaller model and print the front first and then print the back, that's still an option. You can print member or staff pictures directly onto the cards. So if you contain the member photos in your Jonas database and you want to produce a card for your membership, we can easily print a member card using any of these types of printers. The printers offer full color or black and white ribbons. The ribbons are basically the media that go inside the printer and allow you to print whatever type of card you want. So we could print a full color, which would be like a photo, realistic type card, or the black and white type card. We also offer solid color cards. So if you want a black card with a gold ribbon, we can do that. Or maybe if you want a white card and you want to print whatever color you want on it, you would use a white card with a full color ribbon. So just some options that go along with the card printers. And these cards are durable plastic. They're called PVC. They're waterproof and made to last. So members can put them in their wallet and bring them to the club whenever they want to use them and easily swipe that card hundreds of times before anything would happen to it. So it's just like a credit card. You would have that ability to carry it around and swipe it whenever needed.
All right. And if printing your own cards isn't for you, TTA Hardware does have gift card printing services. So here are a couple of our examples here. So we can custom print the designs with working with you. We have some pre-designed templates, or we can go fully custom depending on what you want to do. And here's an example at the bottom here of our staff card. Notice it has the number in the corner, and it can perform overrides, clock in, clock out, and just general login.
So barcode scanners, these scanners are perfect for the golf shop or tennis shop or areas that you have merchandise. But these eliminate the possibility of that human error. So whenever somebody brings up an article of merchandise and puts it on the counter, if you don't have a barcode scanner, sometimes it becomes difficult to find that item in Jonas because you may have hundreds of different items in your merchandise. So these barcode scanners make it easy to scan a label, and once they're scanned, Jonas will connect that to the appropriate inventory item, and it makes it very easy to ring up items. So the barcode scanners themselves, they come in different flavors. So you have a USB or Bluetooth type connection. So USB would be tethered to the POS terminal, or Bluetooth if you want to walk around the shop and maybe scan in a area that's not quite as close to that point of sale terminal, you have the ability to just pick up the scanner and walk with it. But either option is a great option for scanning in the pro shop.
Into some inventory data collectors. So we have two real options that we go with, the CipherLab Mini and the traditional CipherLab. Those are gold and platinum options. So they streamline your inventory physical count with these easy to use data collectors. They have built-in linear imagers with laser scanners that read the barcodes easily and effortlessly. So it speeds up your check-in process for your inventory. So that takes away a lot of the errors that go with hand counting and scanning in just using a traditional scanner. So these together with Jonas can create a complete variance report for you.
All right. So you've seen some of the new technologies that can interface to the Jonas software. And where do we go from here? So maybe not quite at the point that we have the dancing robots, but that might be coming down the line. Uh-oh, we've got some dev card or drone card. So I don't know if you've seen that, but drones are a thing of the future. So out on the golf course, you may have some delivery popping up that may be showing up carried by a drone. And we've also got facial recognition that's coming down the pipeline. So Jonas is working hard to open up new avenues inside the system to make it easier to either recognize members or possibly recognize staff. So be on the lookout for some of these new features that may eventually hit the software. So we want to thank everyone for listening to our presentation. This kind of gets us to the end of our slideshow here. We hope it was very informative and we're able to see the latest upcoming hardware trends. At this time, we'd be happy to take some of your questions. So if you could please use the chat box to ask any questions, we will go ahead and take a look and see if you have anything. So feel free to ask any questions.
We got a couple here. So the one, you might want to answer this one, it's about the KDS. Janet says, how long do those screens hold up with the heat and cooking and grease?
That's a great question. So we've got a couple options that go with the kitchen display. We've got a stainless steel option, and that stainless steel basically encases the full KDS screen in a stainless steel cover. So that makes it very durable. You can put it in those high heat, high steam environments. With a traditional monitor, you wouldn't want to spray a Windex or any type of cleaner on that traditional monitor. But with this stainless steel option that we offer, you can literally spray it down and it will not affect the device itself. So if you have any of those locations that do have a lot of moisture or steam, then I would definitely offer a look at the stainless steel option because they're perfect for that location.
And they blend in great with the stainless steel of the kitchens as well.
Absolutely.
So it says, Nina Patel asked which module would you use to print the gift cards? So that would be the magnetic card writer module. So you would just want to see your Jonas rep about that, and we can go from there.
We also have the Card Studio,
Right,
which is outside of Jonas, but we can basically pull data from Jonas and put it into Card Studio. So member details, information can be pulled into that software. So you've got two options, either Card Studio or the Jonas Card Writer module.
So we got a question here from Ed. It says, if our current touchscreen point of sale are 4x3, do the menu screens need to be designed for widescreen?
No. What Jonas does is Jonas will grow and shrink based off of the size of your screen. There may be certain instances where the screen will be a little bit tight based off of the number of buttons that you have on that screen. But Jonas is designed to kind of adhere to the screen size. So if you have a smaller tablet or smaller device that has a smaller screen size, then you're looking at the same point of sale screen that you have in both an all-in-one or a tablet. But the difference is that that screen will shrink down to a size appropriate for that tablet. But if you have too many buttons, you may need to modify the menu and make some additional links to some sub pages just to make it a little bit easier to read and access.
A lot of KDS questions in here. So Jonathan asks, is there a summary of the chits for the KDS?
Good question. Yeah, so we do have a summary option. There's a button on the bottom of the KDS screen that would allow you to pull up that summary. And basically what the summary is going to do is it's going to take in a list of every item, every active ticket, and it's going to say in the summary box how many of those items you have left to prepare. So that means, let's say that you go in and you have 4 hamburgers that send to the kitchen. In the summary screen, it's going to combine all of the other tickets. So if we have another ticket that has a hamburger, then it's going to say 5 hamburgers that will show up in that summary screen. So if we actually go in and we bump that hamburger off, so that one ticket, we completed the burger, then it's going to drop off of that summary screen. So we'd be happy to show you a demo of that type of screen and how it works and how it looks. If you'd like to get in touch with us after the conference, we'd be happy to hop on a demonstration with you if you'd like to see it in action.
Absolutely. So we got Rosa here. So she's asking, do we offer training sessions for the KDS? So
absolutely. So what we do is we create a bundle package, and with that bundle package, we give you the equipment and also the training that goes along with it. So we will assist you in getting it all set up, getting it communicating with your screens in the kitchen. So whether you're on the Jonas Club Management System or the Encore system, both systems are compatible with the kitchen display software. So what we do is we work with you to configure the screens, teach you how they work and how everything operates, and then give you that opportunity to do a staff training session to get all of your kitchen staff involved and used to the kitchen display. So absolutely, we bundle that into a package, and I'd be happy to provide those details if you want to reach out to me. We can chat about it.
All right. And one from Phyllis here. So it asks, does Jonas provide hardware installation services, or will we hire our local network hardware support for these services?
So we offer both. Unfortunately, we are based in Tampa, so if you do require on-site services, there are some expenses that would be included in on that package there. So we can assist with the on-site installation, but we have found that these devices are pretty easy to install. So we typically rely on your maintenance staff or your IT technician to assist with the install. So if you want to save some of that expense, typically they are able to do the mounting, and we give full instructions on how to mount and how to place everything. And we would work with you every step of the way. And typically what I like to do is maybe get some photos of the location that you'd like to place a kitchen display. And then we will give you the best suggestion for how to mount it and how to place everything. And then, like I said, we'll give you full instructions on how to do so. But we are happy to assist and come on site if that is requested.
All right, one more here. So we see that. So Janet has a fan favorite question now. So she says, "Can the KDS display? Can they show the items in Spanish?"
That's a good question. The system itself does not have a translation, but this. In Jonas, you do have the ability to change your kitchen printout. So your prep description can actually print in Spanish if you go in and physically type it that way. So that would be an option if you wanted to. We could go into Jonas and say that anytime this item is rang up, although it's in English, the prep description would show in Spanish. But that would be something that would show all the time. So it wouldn't be something that switches between English and Spanish. It would be something that always shows in Spanish. So I'd be happy to demonstrate that if you would like to take a look. Again, just get in contact with us after the session. We'd be happy to set up a demo with you and show you how all that works.
Right. It doesn't look like we have too many other questions on here. Anybody else have any questions for us? Feel free to use the chat. All right.
So as stated before, we're happy to do demonstrations of any of the kitchen display software or discuss any of the equipment offerings as we went through this slideshow. So definitely reach out to us. We're happy to assist. And looking at the kitchen display, what we would do is work with you on a best time. So you can get yourself or whoever else you want involved in the demonstration. And we will bring it up on screen, show you how you bring it into Jonas and how it sends to the kitchen display. So we can run through a demonstration of any of those types of products. Going back into some of our other cool features that we were talking about, the Jonas kiosk. That being a nice feature that the software development team has come out with. So those have become very popular lately, and we see a lot of areas or use cases that those devices are going into. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out. We're happy to assist. And I think at this point, if we have any other questions, if not.
So. Rosa says, great session, and thank you both. So I appreciate that, Rosa.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you very much. We appreciate everyone's time and hope you enjoyed the session. But again, take down our information. There's a flyer that is included here, so you can take a look. Reach out if you have any questions. We're here to assist. We appreciate everyone. Thank you for joining, and we'll talk to you soon.